you ever been forced to break the law? I was in bed with my boyfriend on our anniversary, but right as we turned the lights off, I heard my little brother scream. I ran downstairs and saw my dad on the floor, clutching his chest, his face twisted in agony. I'd seen this before during my EMT training. I called 911 while checking his pulse, keeping him conscious, telling him to chew the aspirin I grabbed from the kitchen. The ambulance arrived in 8 minutes, and I rode with him, holding his hand as the paramedics worked. At the hospital, they rushed him through the emergency doors while a nurse directed me to the waiting room. Family waits here, she said firmly. The doctors will update you when they can. I tried explaining that I was EMT certified, that I knew his medical history. No ma'am, hospital policy, no exceptions. For 30 minutes I sat there watching the clock, knowing they weren't taking my dad seriously. After 45 minutes, something felt wrong in my gut. I knew they weren't taking him seriously, or we'd hear something by now. I made my choice. I stood up and walked straight through the authorized personnel-only doors, ignoring the secretary's shouts behind me. "Security! Grab her!" she yelled, but I was already running down the hallway, checking room numbers, following the cardiac wing signs. I didn't care if I got arrested. I found him in the second room I checked, and my eyes went wide. Dad was lying there, unconscious, his skin completely gray. Just as I walked in, his heart monitor started flatlining. No one was in the room, no doctor, no nurse, nothing. Just my father, not breathing, and his heart barely beating. I knew exactly what this was. He'd gone into cardiac arrest, probably minutes ago, and no one had noticed. The window for saving him was closing fast. Every second without oxygen meant more brain damage, more organ failure. A doctor burst in behind me, young, maybe early 30s, looking more annoyed than concerned. "Hey, you can't be in here. This is a restricted area." I pointed at the flatlined monitor, my EMT training taking over. "He's dying. We need to start compressions now." He glanced at the monitor, then at my father's still form, and his face went rigid. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but your father has passed. It's been too long. There's nothing we can do." I felt the rage inside me. "Too long!" I screamed, pushing past him to the cart in the corner. "It's been maybe 3 minutes. He can still be saved." The doctor grabbed my arm as I pulled the defibrillator pads out. "You're grieving, I understand, but you need to accept he was trying to stop me, not letting me save my dad who was still holding on to life." Then I shoved him aside, hard enough that he stumbled backward and hit the wall hard. "I'm not grieving because he's not dead yet." My hands moved automatically. 8 years of training kicking in. I knew I could do it. Ripping open his gown, placing the pads exactly where they needed to be, charging the defibrillator while the doctor kept protesting. The doctor stood back up, trying to stop me. "You can't do this! Security! This is assault on a patient. Stop!" But I could see the machine analyzing, reading what I already knew. It was possible. "Stand clear!" I yelled, my training voice cutting through his protests. The doctor instinctively stepped back, knowing touching him could be even more dangerous. Dad's body jolted. Nothing. I immediately started compressions, counting out loud, pumping his chest with practiced precision. "Come on, Dad! Come on!" The doctor stood frozen as the heart monitor started showing signs. Another shock. Clear. This time the monitor beeped. Then again. A rhythm. Irregular, but there. Dad's chest rose with a gasp, his eyes fluttering open, unfocused but alive. The doctor couldn't believe it. He yelled, "Nurse!" The room exploded with activity. Nurses rushing in, the doctor suddenly animated, calling out orders for medications, oxygen, tests. They pushed me aside to work, trying to save his life, but I didn't care. The doctor found me in the hallway. His face was pale, his earlier arrogance completely gone. "Your father," he started, his voice shaking. "If you hadn't done that, you saved his life. I could have cost him everything. How did you know? Are you a doctor?" I looked him dead in the eye and told him, "No, but I do teach kids swimming lessons."